Full-time Devils, today we're going to do a bit of a Q&A because I can't be trusted on my own. It's me, Gaz Drinkwater, and Jay Mott is here with me too. Let's get into it, mate.
Yeah, lots of people have been sending us questions this morning on Twitter and on YouTube, of course. Just going to have a look at some of them. Mr. Edgar Carl, who's a friend of the show, asks, is international football some of the most pointless things in this planet?
Doesn't make sense.
Now, for starters, Carl, not to be that guy, but is international football one of the most pointless things? Because that doesn't make grammatical sense. And also, it's on this planet, not in this planet. But it's a good question.
It's also absolute nonsense because international football can actually be quite mint. I'm going to get the results up from this weekend's international football.
Well, it's a question.
I bet there's some belting games. Serbia, 2-0 with Ukraine. Bet the atmosphere there was colossal.
Okay, yeah, great. Serbia, Ukraine, that's the first one I look for. On
England scored 11 goals in 2 games.
Do you know what it is with England, right? And I don't want to be all top red, but
right.
I watch goal after goal go in, and I don't care. Marcus Rashford scores, and I'm jumping up and shouting.
That makes sense. I'm a little bit like that.
Genuinely.
I'm a little bit like that. But I think that it's pointless when England are playing teams like we are playing Montenegro and Kosovo and all that.
But
it should be a separate.
It's a means to an end, though, isn't it? Because you've got to get to the World Cup or the Euros. You've got to play some of the lesser teams.
Yeah, but to win the FA Cup, we don't have to play in the first round. We play in the third round. It should be seeded in some way. Like England shouldn't be playing a team that you're capable of beating by that scoreline. San Marino playing people who are paid 150 grand a week makes absolutely zero sense. But also, while Carl Edgar's slagging off the international break, did you see the San Marino goal?
No.
San Marino scored for like the first time in something stupid. He went wild, the best celebration I've seen in ages, and that's the reason that international football isn't pointless. It is for you, Carl, you selfish sod.
But don't forget as well, you won't remember this because you probably weren't born, but in 93, I think it was 93,
Yeah,
94,
no,
93.
I wasn't born.
Right. Makes me sick.
Old.
San Marino scored the quickest goal ever.
Against England?
Against England!
That's a good point, so shut the fuck up, Gaz. Don't know what you're talking about.
So Carl and Gaz do want no. I think it's not as pointful as normal football.
Pointful?
Yeah.
Is that a thing now?
I don't know.
Okay, right.
But there is a point to it. So, moving on to Prasit Banerjee. Forgive me if I've got your pronunciation wrong there, Prasit. He's asked, what do you think about Gomes? Will he sign the contract? Now, if anyone doesn't know, this is Angel Gomes, who we all love. Young player, sort of attacking midfielder, is he? Is that the right description of his position?
I'd say so.
He's not signed a contract. He's out of contract in the summer. Is he going to sign a contract?
I kind of think he might go, you know. I sort of thought we'd see a bit more of him, not just this season, but the last year as well. And we didn't see an awful lot because he was raved about like 2-3 years ago, wasn't he? That's when the people really started raving about it, like the next Messi people were saying.
Just the normal sort of calm, reserved analysis. I'm not saying he's good, but he's probably better than anyone else on the planet who's ever kicked a ball.
That's what United fans are like, aren't we? We're calm, composed, and
what I mean?
we take things with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Sensible. But I think he might go.
Gaz thinks he might go. I'm going to say he will stay.
He's also got
We need him. I think he's I'm with you. Out of all of them, I know everyone goes mad about Greenwood, and I get it because he scores loads of goals. Chong was like the golden boy of that one in terms of the media, but for me, Gomes was the one that excited me the most. So I'm hoping that he does sign a new deal.
I still think he's the one that's impressed me the most when I've seen him.
Gomes.
Like, genuinely, he's like, and people, I may be wrong here in 2 years' time, might be proved totally wrong here, but from what I've seen at the minute, in a United shirt, he seems twice the player Chong is. He seems potentially more dangerous than Greenwood in certain positions. I liked him. I liked him when he started playing at the end of the season. A couple of seasons ago, he looked good, and then he's just not got as many games. I think he's going to go. Somewhere like Barca. Isn't Nani his uncle? Or is it his godfather? Nani's his godfather.
Nani's his godfather? I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
And Angel Gomes, he's like, he's obviously got Portuguese family and stuff as well, so.
Could be the next Nani.
There's links there as well.
I'd have a bit of that. I love Nani. Even though he could be frustrating, he was mint.
We're not arguing about this now.
No, let's not do this now. We'll take a show.
Nani was not that good. Go
right,
on.
So why have you gone and said that? You just had to get that in just before we move on.
I'm not trying to be controversial. Right. Nani was 1 game out of 5, the best player on earth. Right. Like, genuinely unbelievable. Couldn't believe what I was watching. But the other 4 games, good God, he was turd.
I'd argue that it was a little bit more consistent than that.
Bollocks.
Right.
He had a season where he was
2010,
mint.
2011 was it? But
Possibly.
Season, or might have been the season before, where he was mint. But I'd say I'd say for about 15, 16 games a season, Nani was mint. And I'd say the other games, he was
including all games of the season, not just league, and then maybe you're about
The thing with Nani, right, is I've seen Nani, right, literally running down the wing, fucking heading the ball, doing keepy-uppies with his head against Arsenal.
Yeah, the best
right?
thing I've ever seen.
I've seen him do like mad tricks to score an amazing goal. Again, he used to love playing against Arsenal. And I've also seen Nani take some of the worst corners and free kicks I've ever seen. Not just in Premier League level, like at any level of football. I've seen like 4-year-olds take better free kicks than some of the ones Nani took. But then he would produce something that was amazing. So he was a contradiction. Anyway, would take Bale? Oh, this is James Martini. Would take Bale in January transfer window, or would take Zlatan back for one more season? Great question.
Allergic to the word "you," apparently.
He's being succinct.
Would take Bale. No, neither. No, it's neither.
Do you know-
Zlatan's foot. Zlatan's gone, hasn't he? He's old, isn't he? He's well
You are
gone.
Alan Partridge. The answer is neither.
Well, it's right though, isn't it? Because Zlatan's not happening. That's a ridiculous one that the media have made because they know that Zlatan and United in the same headline is going to sell papers.
Yeah,
that was never
There's
on.
rose-tinted glasses with Zlatan.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to come back at 38 and be better than he was at 35.
Exactly.
And he was on his way out towards the end of his United time. You could tell it was time for him to move on. So just because he's gone to LA Galaxy and banged in a load of goals doesn't make me think he's suddenly going to be ready for the Premier League.
Also, genuinely, that rumour, it's not a thing. I genuinely don't think there's any evidence for it, anything concrete there. I think it's just Zlatan, United, bang, let's sell the papers.
Well, what about the Bale one then?
Maybe there's a bit more realism in that. I could see Ed Woodward wanting Bale.
Have Gareth Bale for a bit at United? Genuinely.
If it was on loan for 6 months, sure.
If he came in the January transfer window, right, let's say that, he came in the January transfer window, on loan to the end of the season, one of those deals where if he gets injured, he goes back to Madrid. Would you have him?
Yeah, on loan, totally. I just wouldn't sign him. I wouldn't risk the amount of money that we'd have to pay for a player who... Because let's face it, we're on about bringing in players that want to play for United.
It stinks of Alexis Sanchez, doesn't it?
He don't even want to play football, mate. He's playing golf. He'd rather do that. He don't give a shit. So he's one of them where if we want players with the right attitude or really wanting to work for United, he's probably not the guy we'd bring in, but I like him as well.
We could have and should have got Bale when he was at Southampton.
Yes.
Fergie apparently didn't go in for him because the manager had said wait till the summer. And in the meantime, Spurs did go in for him and turned his head.
Back when he was left back, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Remember that?
absolutely devastating that because I think he would have had a great career at United.
I think it was 3 million that we were going to get him for. Genuinely think it was 3 million.
But no, never mind. Don't need him anyway.
Well, we got the next Messi, didn't we, and Ashley Young, according to Martin O'Neill.
Yeah.
True thing that happened.
Now, there's an article on that on the FullTimeDEVILS website.
That's not me saying it.
Yeah, he said he's next Messi. Atif Aslam is asking who is coming in January. Is Grealish not good enough?
That's a good shout. Grealish, how old is Grealish now, though?
Even though he's been playing football for about 12 years at the top level, he's still only about 20.
He's not 20.
No, I think he's 20. I'm going to say 23. Go on, I'll let you.
23, right. My prediction was 24, so let's have a look.
Come on.
Let's have a look. Oh, I can't find it. 24 he is, yeah, 24. Smart ass me.
Yeah.
I think he's dead happy where he is, isn't he, in terms of actually being the captain as well. And he'd come United, but I think he's quite better than what we've got.
Yeah, I like Grealish, and I think he's an exciting player. He's a player that likes to carry the ball, which we need. I just don't know. I don't know if he's quite as good as he's been made out to be by certain sections of the press and the Villa fans.
Grealish, Maddison.
It's no brainer for me now.
Yeah,
James Maddison all day long. Right, we're going on to the YouTube comments now. Your creepy uncle has asked, I am 100% Ollie in, but do you think he will get the time he needs if we don't get Champions League?
Well, I think it depends what we define as the time that he needs, innit? Because this is a year. 3 transfer windows is probably enough time to...
Will he be here in the summer, I think, if we don't get Champions League? Would be a...
Yeah. Well, it depends. If you finish 5th and 6th, totally. That's not a bad finish with this team. But, you know, he's going to have 2 transfer windows coming up where I think he needs to splash the cash a little bit. And, yeah, as long as we've got a good basis to build on, then we're all right. But, if he, I don't think he'll get time if he's finishing bottom half. I genuinely think top half and he's safe.
Top half?
Yeah, genuinely.
So if he finished 10th or 9th?
Genuinely, I think that would be enough to keep him.
Really? Are the expectations that low
to justify it
amongst United's hierarchy that finishing 9th would make you let you keep your manager?
I don't think that's good enough or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but like with the summer that we had and the position that we're in at the minute, this season it's all about just grinning and bearing it, I think, this year. But it's not good, is it, though, for a position that United are in? For the amount of money we've got, to be saying in any circumstance we should 9th or 10th is all right. But with this team...
Maybe there is an argument there. Maybe the shades of Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool.
That's what I'm on
when
about.
Didn't he finish 7th or 8th in his first season?
Yeah.
Where they say, listen, we'll just give you a bit of time. We know what you're doing. You're bringing in the youngsters. But one thing, that goes back to the Gomes question. It doesn't help if we're selling our best youngsters. So we need to start keeping hold of the likes of Gomes and
that's what I mean.
Greenwood.
And we're also like seeing, in my opinion, when we do get wins, it's better football than it was under Jose or Van Gaal when we got wins. It's better to watch. It's more enjoyable for me. Personally.
Is it?
Yeah.
With the win against Leicester, for example, is that a better win than you would have seen under Jose?
The win against Leicester, you've probably picked the worst performance when we won a game this season. So that's unfair. And also the second worst performance when we've won a game this season is Chelsea 4-0. And that was like a typical Jose, wasn't it? Where he was winning 4-0.
Let's not forget though, Jose, we had 4-0 FC for a while, didn't we?
Exactly, that's a good point.
But I think Van Gaal, you're right. I'm not even going to defend
Van Gaal
football. It was absolutely horrible.
Dire.
Can Martial play as a 10? His link-up play is great. Normal, not bad either. It's like a poem that the way he's written.
Is it like haiku, innit?
Yeah, it's like
haiku.
Well done there, Ahmed Iaffa. Can he play as a 10?
I don't think so. What do you think?
You don't?
No.
I think he can.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Yeah.
Because he's reveling in his number 9 role. Marcus out on the left is working, and James on the right. It works. So why would you upset that? But I think if we were to have a situation where we had a number 9, and we needed him to play the number 10 role, I'd be quite happy for him doing that. Not all the time, but as a different option. Say we brought in Mandzukic in the summer, in January or the summer, and say we were for this game we're going to play 2 up top. Mandzukic with Martial off him. I could live with that.
I'd say
not every game.
I'd say a player playing off him.
Sorry, that's me not pressing the button.
What's your password, Jay? Can we all watch you put your password in?
It is. Gaz Drinkwater is God. 69.
Thank you very much. But Martial, can he play as 10? I don't think so. I think Rashford would be better off as a number 10 than Martial would be. I think that wouldn't be too bad. But even so, I wouldn't say either of them are. And I'd say that before we're looking at Martial playing there or Rashford playing there, we should be going out and bloody buying one because we know where they are, the ones that we want. In fact, there's one big one that we've already mentioned in the video, James Maddison, who... Right, this is what annoys me a bit about United. He wants to come United. We know he'd improve us. Just get him in January. Don't care if Leicester don't want to sell him. We've got the money. We make 100 million in Park Ji-sung action figures.
But we just bought Harry Maguire from the summer. Are they going to sell us their 2 best players, arguably, in a 6-month spell?
Don't care. Buy the club. Fuck it.
And to them, yeah. And to them, let's not forget, Leicester have got rich owners. They're not skint.
I know. I'm joking.
To them, keeping him and getting top 4, which is a likelihood now.
Yeah.
It's probably worth more to them than getting an extra 20 million off us and maybe not getting top 4.
It's the curse of United, though. It's like what's happened with our other centre half, with that new lad they brought in now, that Turkish. Like, get rid of Maddison, and you'll just all of a sudden some other god will appear that plays attacking midfield for Leicester, who's better than Maddison, and he turns to turd when he comes to us.
I'm not saying that Maguire is turd, by the way, before anyone starts jumping on.
No, sorry, I'm not saying Maguire is turd, but he's better, isn't he, at Leicester? He's having a better season, the Turkish lad.
Yeah, arguably. But you think with Maguire the thing with Maguire is the expectations are a lot higher.
Yeah.
Everyone thought because he's 80 million, he's going to be running out of defence with the ball and pinging him in from 40 yards. He's doing a good job, and I think we need to just sort of give him a little bit of leeway.
7 out of 10.
Okay. Can Marcus Rashford break United's goal-scoring record if he stays here for his whole career?
I think if any striker stays at a club the whole career, they've got a chance of beating it, haven't they?
Very diplomatic, these answers, guys.
I'm sorry.
What is that? I think if anyone stays at Manchester United for such a period of time.
What it is, someone asked me the same question about Kane recently for England, and I'm like, well, obviously he's going to, if he plays every game and he plays up front for England.
That's not obvious, though, that. Let's not forget, Wayne Rooney came to United when he was, 18?
Right, yeah, all right, fair enough.
And we were mint for his entire, until the end of his career. We were winning titles, Champions Leagues, we were banging in goals. He played alongside 2 of the best players I've seen in a red shirt.
Right.
Well, actually, he played alongside about 4 of the best players I've ever seen in a red shirt.
And also, how often was Wayne Rooney the main goal-scoring threat in that team? Very rarely.
I think he had 2 seasons, didn't he, when he had like 30 goals.
That's not an insult to Wayne Rooney. That just wasn't his style of play. He wasn't an out-and-out goal scorer. Marcus Rashford,
I mean, don't
Probably
forget,
he's
by the
not an
time
out-and-out
Wayne Rooney
goal scorer, is he?
by the time Wayne Rooney was Marcus Rashford's age, he'd probably never experienced life out of the top 3
And
at United.
I also think
Marcus has only had it once, hasn't he, in the top 3?
in fact, yeah, I'm going to hedge my bet. I'm not even going to hedge my bets here. I'm going to say Marcus will break it if he stays at United his whole career. How mad is Wayne Rooney as a footballer, though? Like, Wayne Rooney...
Glad you added in as a footballer. How mad is Wayne Rooney?
Wayne Rooney, right, is one of the most genius footballers I've ever seen. Like, his football intelligence was insane. For me, he's the best player I saw at United. Right. He's the best player I've ever seen.
I don't understand why he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
But
well, I do actually.
At the same time,
we all know why.
At the same time, he didn't hit his potential. I genuinely don't think Wayne Rooney hit his top potential ever.
Is there an argument though, Wayne Rooney, that the way he was made him the player he was?
It's a good point.
Because he was this rough diamond, played football in the street, didn't really,
not on fitness routines,
wasn't studying videos of the opposition, garbage.
He was on fags, getting knocked out by Phil Bardsley.
Getting knocked out by Phil Bardsley, 10 pints of cider, and then off to Old Trafford.
And other things.
Which we won't get into because our legal department has been working overtime lately. Hasn't it, Gaz?
Yeah, something so, yeah.
So, but he was that type of player who was like, proper rough and old school type player, the sort of player you get in the 70s and 80s, sort of like that sort of figure. So, but is that what made him such a good player? In a way, because if he'd have tried to change him and tried to make him more focused, and he might have lost a bit of that.
The Newcastle goal was a perfect example, isn't it?
He's got the ump. He's arguing with the ref. The ball drops to him. Now, if me and you got the ump, we're probably getting sent off because we're using our gob, and that's the best thing we do. Wayne Rooney gets the ump. He pings in a 30-yard screamer. Absolutely hits it sweetly, and gives United a goal. It's amazing. So I just think it's weird with Wayne Rooney. Record goal scorer for England, record goal scorer for United, won a lot at United, won every single club trophy you can possibly win, was at United for years, winning at Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues and all the rest of it, scored in the Champions League final, scored in massive games, yet he's somehow underrated. Thoughts about Fosu Mensah? We'll try and run through these a bit quicker because I know we'll spend a long time on each one.
He's struggled for the last few places he's been, though, hasn't he?
Struggled at Fulham, struggled at Palace. At Palace, he was unlucky because a young lad who, I don't know what happened to him, some right back came through around the same time. Don't know what happened with him.
So right, if our current first team right back beat him out the Crystal Palace team 2 years ago, what evidence do we have to suggest that he's going to come in and do something for us now?
Fosu Mensah strictly a right back?
For me, he wasn't. I always thought he could play as an holding midfielder or a centre half.
I'd love to see Fosu Mensah come back to the player he was and play in defensive midfield. I think he's an absolute beast. Who do you think we need to sign next window? Gaz has already covered that. Does Delot have a future? Does Delot have a future at Manchester United? Yep, I think he does. I think he's probably not become the forgotten man. He's had a little bit of bad luck with injuries this season, and obviously we've had the likes of Delot can play on the right or left. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's on the right. Brandon Williams is beginning to look like he may just make the left back spot his own, but it's a squad game, so
it's a good position that he's in. I think Delot at the minute, he's sits behind Aaron Wan-Bissaka in his pecking order for the team. Eventually, he'll get a chance.
If United was to have a captain group next season made up of 4 or 5 players, who would you pick? Right, similar to what Arsenal had. If United did what Arsenal did in terms of captaincy, I'd probably stick my season ticket down the grid.
Right, so
because that is the most ridiculous way of choosing a captain I've ever heard.
Maguire, this is no order, no particular order.
Go on.
Maguire, McTominay, De Gea.
Yeah.
Pogba won't be here next season.
Right, okay, Pogba won't be here next season, I get it.
I'm just thinking now, because maybe Rashford?
I can understand that. He's come through the youth, played a lot of games, as everyone likes to remind us all the time. Read through and through. Not shy of getting in the ref's ear.
Matic won't be here next season.
Nope. What about a sort of older statesman?
Well, that's what I'm trying to think.
What about Mata or someone like that? Would he be someone who you'd wheel out for the League Cup?
He'd definitely be, but he's another player who I don't think will be here next year because I think this is probably his last season in really playing at this level. And even now, I don't think he can probably play at this level too much. Just
who I'd love to see as captain, just for the shits and giggles?
Who?
Rojo.
Don't do that, mate.
Imagine a ref trying to talk to Rojo about the player's behaviour.
That sounds fucking wild,
when the ref
mate.
says, I need to have a word with the captain, you need to calm your team down. Imagine saying that to Rojo.
You can't give the most mental person in the group the main job. It'd be like making Boris Prime Minister.
Or Trump President. Yours was a lot more. So I'd give it Rojo and Brandon Williams. Do you think we need an older seasoned striker to get some experience on the front line, or a younger striker Haaland, or even someone else, so that they don't mind rotating with Greenwood and Martial? Very good question, that.
I would like experience for January. Experience, someone who's... Mandzukic is the perfect name, isn't he? He's a perfect name. The one that not only we're linked to seems realistic, and he'd be happy to come in January.
People need to just remember sort of his goal scoring record and temper their expectations a bit with Mandzukic.
Because the thing is,
he does it double figures, but only just.
We've got Anthony Martial, and he needs consistent games now this season. This is it now this season for him. He needs to get consistent games, scoring consistently, and then next season he should be no doubt in anyone's mind that he's our first choice striker.
When is Martial winning the Ballon d'Or?
Well, following on from that, if things actually go correctly for him, in about 5 years, innit, after we've won the Champions League.
Right, okay, there you go. You've heard it. 2024.
There we go. Easy.
We'll win the Champions League, and Martial will win the Ballon d'Or.
Totally.
And Marcus Rashford will win the Golden Boot. I'm reading a lot of talk of Gareth Bale signing for us January. No, we've had all that. Thoughts on Emre Can in January?
Fucking... Who was it who put him on his... Daley Blind? Remember when Daley Blind put him on his arse that time?
Yeah. But, right, thing with Emre Can, he's only 25.
No, he's not.
He is.
How the fuck is he?
I know.
Was he 13 when he was playing for Liverpool?
And I thought he was about 37, and he's 25.
Okay, right.
Does he not get in our midfield?
Probably, yeah. He probably.
Do we not need some strength and depth in that midfield?
He's a player. He's a utility player.
I know he used to play for the Scousers, but we've got to look past that, guys.
Also, we can play all over the shop, can't he?
What do you think about Axel Tuanzebe?
I think he's our first choice centre half.
Pretty good, isn't it?
I think he's our first. I genuinely think I've seen enough this season of Lindelof to have enough question marks have been arisen already. There was it was a goal against that. I can't even remember who the goal was against. No, where it didn't. It wasn't actually a goal. It was offside. I can't remember. It was offside, but Lindelof, honestly, he should be counting his lucky stars that was offside. Because some of the worst defender I've ever seen. He was one-on-one with the defender and just fell on his arse. Totally. Fucking hell. I'm not sure about him. Player of the season last year, though.
I said that. Matthew disagrees, but I said that. Would Depay be a good option on a buyback, cheaper option than Sancho? Do you know what I'm going to say? No.
What?
Like for starters, I don't care about the cheaper option than Sancho bit. That's Glazenomics. I'm not going to dig at Chris Ricks. It's a good question, but would Depay? I don't know, right? I don't know if Depay has improved that much since he left United. I think he might have gone to a lesser standard and been relatively good.
We're at a lesser standard.
No, but I mean, in the French league, he's doing okay.
Yeah.
He's and he's doing okay for his country. But I don't think he's like suddenly one of those players that the likes of Barcelona or Real Madrid or anyone are looking at. I think he's doing okay, and I've not seen enough for me to make me think that he would come back to United and smash it.
I didn't rate Depay too much while he was at United.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was that arse, to be honest, and wasn't willing to put the effort in. He seemed like a FIFA player. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's dead good on FIFA, but when he's up for it, and he's barely ever up for it. But he has improved, I think, since leaving United. Not as much as some people say, because of the reasons you said. He's gone to the French league and smashing it up. But he definitely improved the United team where we are now, because we've taken such a fall downwards.
Does he even care, really, about coming back to United, Depay? He's happy, innit? He's happy. He seems like he got a lot of stick in England. I think a lot of it was unwarranted, about his cars and his clothes and all that shite that the press loves to pick up on. And now he seems quite happy, quite settled, playing relatively well, and making hip hop videos on Instagram.
This is what I mean, though. These people who slag off Lingard, what do you think? They're going to have a field day with Depay, aren't they?
Imagine if Depay has a bad game and then he posts an Instagram
They're probably
video.
the same people saying go out and buy him.
Looking at Rojo's performance in a few games looks good, and I think if he and Maguire play alongside as our main centre-back, it will be killer. Can tackle midfielders, what do you guys think about it? I love Marcus Rojo. I would not have him at centre-back with Harry Maguire. I don't think it's fair on Harry Maguire, to be fair. Stick Rojo in now and again at left-back for a laugh. He's always good box office. Don't have him as your starting centre-back, because I think Harry Maguire would be bald within a week.
Any centre-half who's willing to take a shot on from 40 yards is okay in my books. Fine in my books.
Any centre-half that goes absolutely two-footed in the middle of Goodison for no reason whatsoever and gets away with it deserves a pat on the back. Would you like to see McTominay, Garner, Levitt in midfield one day? Absolutely. Tielemans over Maddison? Question mark. No, not for me.
I mean, we do need we need both them positions, don't we, really? A centre mid and a...
If Leicester sold us both them, I'd have them both, but I'd have Maddison over.
I'd have Leicester's whole midfield, mate.
Thoughts on John McGinn? Do you think it could be a potential target for us? He's having a good season. I'm not so sure. Do any of the presenters on Full-Time Devils have other jobs? Gaz cleans the bins. He's a bin man.
Literally. I used to deliver bacon butties.
He did. He's not lying. What position do you think we need to strengthen the most? Go on.
What position do we need to strengthen the most? Left back.
Left back.
Unless Brandon Williams is actually fucking dynamite. But
I think we need a proper
destroyer.
Midfielder.
You mean
holding midfielder?
Yeah, destroyer. Yeah. Or like a utility man.
I still think McTominay's got the touch of the box-to-boxes about him. I still think Fred, obviously, he fancies himself more as an attacking midfielder. I don't think we've got that Michael Carrick type who just will sit in front of the back four.
I'd like a box-to-box. So not a new one. McTominay playing as your box-to-box.
Yeah.
Then alongside him, a proper defensive midfielder, someone who's just not going to let anyone go past him and going to destroy him. Going to get sent off before he lets someone dribble past him. That's what we need.
Maybe we should stick Rojo in there. Rojo or Heinze? Rojo.
Why don't we stick Rojo in there? Why is that not a mental idea?
Because you like to finish a game with 11 players on the pitch, and there's absolutely no chance of that.
If he's an holding midfielder, it don't matter so much, does
it? Imagine saying to Marcus Rowe, right, sit in front of the back four. It's the most disciplined position, right, in football, right? It's the one where you need the most composure and the most sort of footballing intelligence. Just sit in front of the back four. You've got to be so disciplined because it's so easy to start chasing the ball and get called out. No. Imagine saying that to him. You'd be like, where's our holding midfielder? Oh, he's climbed into the stands to batter someone. Oh, right, okay. That's that then.
All right, let's put him up front. Okay, let's put him up front.
You may as well, man. It's bad enough getting him to play in his position at left back. Which youngsters need to go on loan? I personally would probably say Ghana. I like Ghana. I've always said he's a season away from United at least, so maybe go him on loan. I wouldn't send Gomes because I think he's already halfway out the door. Anyway, we need to convince him to stay.
The sad thing is, maybe this is controversial.
Go on.
They all should be
on loan.
I think this season, pretty much all of our youngsters by rights, if we were a properly run football club.
If we were, yeah. The thing is, we sent all our youngsters out on loan, we'd have to ring the FA and say, we can't field a team today.
The majority of our youngsters should be out on loan.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Jack Kelly, if you had to shag any one of the lads in the United squad, who would it be and why? Cheers. Yeah. I don't know, actually. I'm going to go with Sergio Romero. Right.
Right, okay. No, genuinely, I'd love, take shagging out the equation, but I'd love nothing more than on a cold winter's afternoon, cuddling on the sofa with Pogba, watching Christmas movies. That would be lovely.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Is what?
Die Hard a Christmas movie.
I'd never seen it.
What?
That's the worst answer.
What?
It's worse than yes or no, and it's only so I can see your face after people ask me that question.
Oh my God, that is worse than any answer.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah, how can you not have seen Die Hard?
Oh, I know what happens. I've just never seen it.
An answer, it is a Christmas movie, isn't it? I don't know actually. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a Christmas movie. I'm going to say it's a Christmas movie.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Well, it's set.
There's nothing in. No, it's set in Christmas, but hang on, wait, no, it was released at Christmas. But
no,
it's not
in
set
the film,
Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Well, it is a Christmas movie then.
Well, there you go.
Where's the fucking argument?
We've cleared that one up.
It's Christmas Eve in LA.
Right, that was Q&A. Make sure you check this out as well. Christmas coming up. You need to buy someone a Christmas present. Look, we do mugs, and you can even personalise them. Tell them about this one, Jay.
Yeah, it says you're the biggest fool in Manchester. Someone said that once, didn't they? You may remember. You can personalise it and put someone's name on it there. Give it Gizzy's end of season and Gaz's personal favourite.
I like that one. It's quite cool. I think it's just quite a cool design. But yeah, get that for your brother, your dad, someone you want to wind up, or something at Christmas. Easy as that. And yeah, please get them because we'll probably be skinned by the amount that I rob for 3. So get involved. Link in description. Thanks, Nick.